Welcome to International Securities Exchange's podcast series. Facilitated by renowned educators, ISE podcasts are intended to teach beginning as well as seasoned investors the ins and outs of trading. To find an updated list of podcasts, please visit www.ise.com/podcasts. Please be sure to listen to our important message following this episode regarding the risks of investing in exchange-traded options.
So, what I encourage everyone to do if you're following this data, the papers are nice because it's showing what the actual results have been, but I certainly would encourage people to take a closer look at the values, look at the data, and see what makes sense for you. Because again, we're not statisticians, we're not CFAs that do analysis for a living. We're familiar with the data. We look at the data. I personally follow this as an indicator myself for my own investing. And again, I wouldn't make an investment decision solely on the ISEE values, but it certainly has helped me several times where maybe other indicators I'm looking at are indicating a potential market turn, or maybe instinctively I'm not happy with the market, and these values have been the deciding factor where I pull the trigger and do either in the market or out of the market. So I find the data quite valuable. I find the data quite interesting, and we also have you'll see on our website now we have what we call a put call widget, which shows the 3 most bullish and 3 most bearish securities based on the same ISEE calculation, opening long customer calls over opening long customer puts times 100. But we track that data for individual securities as well. So that may be of interest to you if that is something you'd want to take a closer look at yourself to do additional analysis on. We have end of the day data for all securities for free that goes back to January of 06, and then that's a file that is updated daily as well. So if you're intrigued by the ISEE values for all securities, equities only, indices and ETFs, we also have end of the day files for all securities. And again, keep in mind this is ISE only trade data, representative of all securities that we trade here at the ISE. By the way, you'll notice in these examples that I've shown, the Excel spreadsheets, there's been no column for indices and ETFs, and the reason is I just have not seen any consistency by looking at the ISEE all indices and ETF values at all in terms of market direction. I have ideas why I think that might be, but I just, again, haven't done enough analysis on it to be able to, adamantly say one way or another that, indices and ETFs are good at determining market direction or not. Again, the data is available on the website for free. If anybody's interested in looking at it, please do. All right. So just in conclusion, we have this unique put call calculation methodology, and it certainly tends to be a contrarian indicator. You'll see if you've attended any of these other webinars, if you've looked at any of the white papers that we've done, you'll see that it has been a pretty good indicator. The main point of this webinar, however, was to provide other alternatives to analyzing this data, and I encourage you to look at some of these other alternatives and play around the data yourself. We think that the ISEE data is useful in determining changes in market directions at these extreme readings. Again, and whether it's 10% of the highest and lowest values, or 12%, or 15%, or whatever you choose, or 8% as far as that goes. It's just a number we've thrown out there. I'd encourage you to play around with it. And of course, past performance is no guarantee of future results. I'm sure you hear that at all the webinars. So again, the data is available. The intraday and historical values are free on our website. They update every 20 minutes. and you can take a look at that data. Just so you know, there's been some requests from several people that follow the data who are very interested in the who have become much more interested and focused on the all securities, all equities data to potentially either change the chart to all equities, which might be a challenge for people that are used to looking at the all securities, or create another chart that would show the all equities data. So it's something that we're looking into. The charting that you have, that you see on our website now, is part of a package, and we're looking to add it closer with other functions that are available within the package to see if we can have multiple charts available. So again, it would be at least a couple of months away before we have something like that available, but that's certainly the direction that we're looking to go in. All right. That about wraps it up. Any questions at all at this point? I'd be happy to answer any questions. Again, you can type them in to the right under the Q&A or under the chat window. If there aren't any questions, then certainly we appreciate your time. We appreciate your interest in the data. My contact information is here if you have questions about the data. If you're looking for additional information that maybe that you don't see, if you have ideas, then I'd love to hear what you're thinking. If you come up with a more interesting way of analyzing the data, if you'd like to share that, obviously I'd like to hear it. Otherwise, if you keep it to yourself, that's fine too. But please make use of the data. We think it's useful, and I hope everyone's enjoyed the webinar. Again, the white paper we'll put up on the website. You've been able to download it yourself. We're going to make it publicly available after this webinar. So if other people you talk to you think may be interested or take a look at the white paper, it'll be up under the typical link on our website for the ISE index. All right. Again, thank you very much, everyone, for your interest. Look forward to having an opportunity to speak on a webinar again if you're interested, or by all means call me directly. All right. I don't have any questions here today, so I'm going to end it here now. Have a good night. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to our podcast. To find more podcasts on options, stocks, alternative markets, and market data, please visit www.ise.com/podcasts.